This is NewsLink Indiana.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Jacqueline Brazali with your sports. Ball State returned to the gridiron this Saturday when they traveled to New York to take on the Army Knights. The Cardinals definitely needed the win, but the Knights handed Ball State their fourth consecutive loss. Army came out strong with 2 rushing touchdowns in the first quarter, both by A.J. Skur. After a 56-yard rushing touchdown by Ball State's Juwan Edwards, the teams traded field goals to go 20-10 into half. Down 18 points, Ball State mounted a comeback attempt. The Cardinals received 2 quick TDs thanks to another Edwards rushing touchdown and a 6-yard pass by quarterback Ozzie Mann. Mann was 18 for 26 with 173 yards on the day. Ball State got within 3 points of the Knights, but it was not enough as Army pushed for the final touchdown to end the game at 33-24. The loss drops Ball State to last place in MAC Conference, but look for your Cardinals to come out strong this homecoming weekend. Western Michigan will visit Cardinal Nation this Saturday. Kickoff is set for 3 p.m. Ball State volleyball was busy this weekend, taking on Eastern Michigan Friday and Central Michigan on Saturday. Against Eastern Michigan, Ball State fell behind 2-1, but strong defense led to the capture of 2 straight sets for the 3-2 win. On Saturday, the Cardinals handled Central Michigan in dramatic fashion. Haley Benson led Ball State's offense with 15 kills to help the Cardinals to a 3-1 win. Ball State will be back on the court Thursday to take on Toledo. Both men's and women's golf teed off tournaments in Ohio this afternoon with disappointing results. The women completed the first round of the Bearcat Classic, finishing at 11th out of 16 teams, at 22 over par. Ball State had 2 golfers finishing in the top 10, Jenna Hume, who finished 2 over par, tied for 4th place, and Allison Lindley, who sits tied for 7th at 3 over par. Just North Men's Golf opened the first 2 rounds at the Firestone Invitational. The men are coming off an impressive 2nd place finish at the Fighting Irish Classic, but did not fare well at the North Course. This afternoon, the men's team finished 11th in a field of 16 teams at 18 over par. The women will play a final round Tuesday morning, while the men will finish up tomorrow with a 3rd round that is set to start at 8:30 a.m. And Ball State's women's soccer team suffered their first home loss of the season, a 3-0 defeat to MAC rival Toledo. It was a rough day for the Cardinals, who gave up an own goal in the opening 5 minutes after another Toledo goal by Kirsten Johnson. Ball State head coach Craig Roberts was forced to pull starting keeper Brooke Dennis and give young freshman Alyssa Henschel some critical minutes in net. Ball State's offense wasn't able to generate any points, allowing one last goal by Hannah Scafari to end the game at 3-0. The Cardinals will be on the road for the next 2 weeks in a road game series. First up, the Ohio Bobcats. Both teams sit at 2-2 in MAC Conference play and will be looking for a 3rd win this Friday at 4 p.m.
All right, thanks, Jacqueline. Coming up, we'll have your homecoming details for the entire week.
And you may need to find a new activity for your children to do on Saturday mornings. We'll have more details for you when we come back.
Is NewsLink Indiana.
And welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Jacqueline Brazali with all things entertainment tonight. 7th generation aerialist Nick Wallenda of the Flying Wallendas again amazed the world with another death-defying stunt last night. Wallenda, who was blindfolded, walked on a tightrope between 2 skyscrapers above downtown Chicago. The walk was split into 2 parts. The first saw Wallenda start at Marine West Tower to the Leo Burnett building, totaling over 1,000 feet in only 7 minutes. From there, he walked from the West Tower to the East Tower in less than 2 minutes. Wallenda made history in 2013 when he walked across a wire above a river in Arizona, becoming the first person to traverse the gorge near Grand Canyon National Park in Arizona. Before that, Wallenda made history with his walk across Niagara Falls in 2012. And move over, Grinch. Grumpy Cat is making a Christmas movie. Grumpy Cat, whose real name is Tartar Sauce, has been an internet sensation since the fall of 2012. The frowny-faced feline has her own website, coffee brand, merchandise, and Twitter page. She lives up to her reputation in the movie Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever. The film will air on Lifetime the day after Thanksgiving. And a documentary shot, produced, directed, and edited by Ball State students will run on WIPB on Thanksgiving. The Healing Wall, a documentary directed by Ball State graduate student Chris Kanowski, is about the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. The documentary showcases how unconventional aspects of the memorial lead to healing for veterans and family. Kozinski said that it was not for a grade or for a class, it was simply an independent project that he and a few of his friends, all Ball State students from an immersive learning class, began working on. 3 of the members Kozinski worked with have been nominated for regional Emmys.
Thank you, Jacqueline. I cannot believe Grumpy Cat is getting his own movie. Wow.
Fantastic.
That's exciting. That's like awesome. Internet sensation hitting the big screen. That's so entertaining.
All right, Ellen, can we look at final weather?
Absolutely. For sure. It's going to be rainy for the next 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So that's something that's not going to be the best, but it's going to stay warm, degrees, highs in the 50s, but it's going to cool off Sunday and Monday with only 38 as a high on Sunday.
Grumpy Cat is going to be even grumpier.
Yeah, Grumpy Cat will be grumpy about that.
All right, that's all we have for you tonight on NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to watch tomorrow night at 9 p.m. right here on Cardinal Vision. For Ellen Fritz, I'm Olivia McClellan.
And for Tony Sandlaven, I'm Robert Connett. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana Sports. I'm Jacqueline Rosali. It was an eventful weekend for Ball State sports, so let's get started. Football opened MAC conference play on the road against Toledo. The Cardinals had to endure a 2-hour and 40-minute severe weather delay and a relentless Toledo offense that greatly exposed Ball State's defensive line. Toledo opened the scoring in the first quarter off a Logan Woodside 3-yard run, but severe weather sidelined the teams until 10 p.m. that night. After the weather passed, it was Woodside once again that the Cardinals had to worry about. Woodside recorded 2 touchdowns on the night with 7 carries and 42 yards. Ball State's offense struggled in the red zone. Dedrick McCormick made his first career interception midway through the first, giving the Cardinals great field position on the Toledo 22-yard line. Ball State could only walk away with a field goal. The Cardinals relied heavily on kicker Scott Seeker to keep them in the game with 3 field goals in the first half to leave the score at 29 in favor of Toledo going into halftime. Ball State and Toledo matched 2 touchdowns in the second half to give the Rockets a 34-23 victory. This was Ball State's 5th loss in the past 22 regular season games. Women's golf teed off the Cardinal Classic today at the Players Club in Yorktown. The tournament hosts 15 other teams, including Eastern Michigan, a 4-time winner of the tournament. After the conclusion of the first round today, the Cardinals sit tied for 6th place at 23 over and 13 strokes behind leader Eastern Michigan. Ball State does have 2 golfers that finished top 7. Sophomore Kelsey Sear is tied for 2nd with 5 other golfers in the field, even with par. Megan McDoodle leads the tournament after the first round action at 3 under par. The second and final round of the tourney is set for tomorrow with a shotgun time of 9 a.m. On the court, the Cardinals dropped the VCU Invitational 3-2. The Rams were able to take the opening set on a late 10-4 run. Ball State pulled back to claim the next 2 sets. After VCU tied the match in the fourth, a frantic 5th set took place with both teams battling for a final win. Ball State fell behind early and could not dig themselves out of a hole, dropping the final set 15-3. And finally, Ball State soccer team pulled off a victory against Jacksonville State in their final game before conference play starts. Friends and family packed the stands to celebrate Senior Day at Briner Sports Complex. Head coach Craig Roberts started all 6 of his seniors Saturday afternoon. The Cardinals started with 2 early goals in the opening 20 minutes thanks to junior Elena Musla and sophomore Gabby Veldman. Jacksonville was able to pull one back early in the second half before Leah Mattingly found the back of the net in the 81st minute with a beautiful chip over the keeper to help seal the win. With the 3-1 win, Ball State moves to 4-1-2 before heading to Bowling Green this Friday to start the MAC season. The ladies ended the day at a clinic to help the children celebrate Youth Soccer Month.
It is really, really nice to see Ball State students engage with children. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah, definitely. It definitely shows that we care about more than just our university, but also, the kids around the area.
Giving back to the community.
Yeah, definitely. And also with engaging students, starting today, students can cast their votes for homecoming royalty. Find out more information coming up.
And hear about the latest celebrity photo scandal after the break.